Okay, this was our runner-up champion. So these two competed neck and neck. So Ray, I'll let you speak on the Sankey.
When we did a walk around before we started judging, the two fish that really jumped out to me, and then after talking with the judges, I think to all the judges, were this Sankey and then the large Showa that ended up being grand champion. And this was a fairly tight competition, and the body on this fish is just about as perfect as it gets, particularly the bottom of the body, the belly. It's very, very symmetrical, and also, of course, quite large and smooth. The transition from the shoulder to the tail is just a nice, smooth, gradual arc. And the tail joint is very large, actually larger than the Showa over there. If we wanted to get really nitpicky, and there was something we'd like to be a little bit different, is maybe the hump behind the head be a little less pronounced. But let's face it, no fish is perfect, but just for learning purposes, that would be one thing. The conformation is just, you know, if you wanted to learn what a big fish body should look like, not too fat, not too skinny, a belly not hanging too far like mine does. That's it. The fins, it's just a beautiful body.
I'm a real Sankey nut. So when I saw this, I just, wow, I've got a few back home that I'm growing out to compete with David. But, you know, this one struck me right away. And it really made a tough decision between this and the Showa. And when we had to come down to it, the only thing we had to come down to was some of the Benny in a few places wasn't as even as others. So that's probably, I believe you can probably agree, that's the one reason that the Showa won over this Sankey. Very close competition here. It's a Sankey that I believe any of us would love to have in our ponds. Swims very gracefully too.
A very elegant fish. Male?
Well, we've been told it's a male, but I said I won't believe it until you flip her over and get some milt out, because that's.
But it does have a very big, thick leading ray on its pecs.
Yeah.
And the skin on this fish is not as soft and as lustrous as the Showa, and because of the hormone differences, the female skin on a koi has an advantage over male skin.
Mm-hmm. So it's good old estrogen.
Yeah. So
you can have people starting to inject estrogen into their male fish.
For why this fish wins on conformation, but that fish wins on skin and color.
How about the sumi spot on the front and everything? Does it? Do you know if it comes back or kind of?
I mean, it's very thick sumi, so I wouldn't think it's fading or in or out.
It looks like it's still coming up.
Great.
Yeah, you still have some areas up on the shoulder. Looks like it's still coming.
Only God knows if that'll ever come up. It may never come up. It may always be a shadow.
Ray, you were talking about Benny yesterday in your seminar. Is this the kind of Benny net that you're going to be looking for?
No. We'll have to find that fish. Younger fish, when the scales overlap, instead of getting Hoshi, you know what Hoshi is? It's like Benny starts in the center of a scale, looks like a darker center, and then it gradually will fill out and get even. But with thinner Benny, just because scales overlap, you get a straight diagonal line or straight vertical line where the scales overlap. And I'll try to find that fish. We looked over here, I didn't see it. Maybe it's on the other side. And a lot of people think, oh, that's Hoshi, or that's an indicator that the Benny's going to get better. It really isn't. The Benny could get better, or maybe not, but don't look at that as advantage.
I'm not sure it's sister, but
Yeah.
Big
Friend.
It's California. It doesn't matter.
yeah, all right. Again, another beautiful fish. Nice, interesting pattern, multi-step. Very nice Shiro. I can almost see the conformation hiding. Nice pecs. Beautiful young fish. Very nice Benny.